what we're doing now with GiveBucks and people's charities as a way to try to draw attention to things that people are doing and projects and kind of cross promote all these different things. We have worked together with GiveBucks to be able to put together a type of banner ad that when you sign up a charity, it will thank you as the person who signs them up, and it will, of course, list the charity, which should drive a lot of value for both, going forward. For both your send the charity, and I think it's a great way to kind of cross promote what GiveBucks is doing and try to build the world's largest community of givers. And I think it's also going to be kind of a nice perk for the we go forward and creating more visibility for the stuff that we're working on. Next, I'd like to jump into Alfonso, if you have a minute, just to go over what's happening with Leonardian.
Sure. So Leonardian is, I believe, migrated over to our servers, and I'm pretty sure that the tech is all over now. There was that was a process because the project was pretty far along. There's 40,000 registered users, in that project, and when it stalled, and so it's going to be a great reboot. I think we have close to 10,000 subs on YouTube. I think we've got about the same on Twitter, and that type of thing. That we can reinvigorate and get back into the swing of things here. The Leon token was listed on our exchange, so that's up now, and we will come out with packages for our members to be able to participate in varying degrees, relative to initially ranking and discounts. So we'll explain all that as we get done with these contests tonight. We've got two major contests that we're getting out of the way. We've got the giveaway for the Miami Crypto Conference, which is going to be awesome. So we're excited for that, but we can't keep it going any longer because people have to make plans. So I think by giving it away tonight, people can plan to to head out on the 31st, get down to Miami and stay there till the 2nd, and great 1,000 square foot apartment or a suite in, I guess it's the Kimpton Epic, which is a beautiful hotel. And then they get tickets to the yacht party. Of course, the gold tickets all over the conference, and the NFT pass, and so forth. So we'll also have dinner and that type of thing. So it's just going to be a good time. A lot of networking and a lot of work in crypto, and you guys get to hear our talk on clubs in crypto, and so that'll be interesting too. And you have to attend that. That's mandatory.
That's right. If you come down, you have to listen to the speeches. Okay, real quick before we jump into the next thing, I think I probably skipped over the most important thing that people are on here for, which is the leaderboard for the Saitama giveaway.
Yeah, well, that's part of it, right? So that's the other thing. The Saitama giveaway is done tonight at midnight. That's when that stops, and we'll announce the winner there. And part of the problem is we've been having a weird, a lot of people in crypto like to stay private. So we don't want to put people on blast even in the win. So I think what we're doing is we're using some initials, and we're doing, we're being, creative from that perspective. And, pretty much you can tell who you are, I think.
Well, tonight, like at a carnival raffle, just keep an eye on your NFT, because I think we're going off of color and number.
We are now? I thought we switched that.
I believe so. No, we're not. I'm totally wrong about that. Don't listen to me. We're initials. We've come full circle on that 3 or 4 times. All right, so I just got the final. We are not doing that.
Yeah, well, part of it too is, I think like just by looking at the NFTs, you got to really. It's kind of like one of those pictures where you have to stare at it a long time before the number pops out at you or whatever. You know what I mean? Like one of those magic eye pictures, and then
or it might be
everybody. I can't see the numbers on mine, so I don't know. That's just me. But eventually, if I stare at it long enough, it pops out in the bottom right-hand corner. So it's pretty
All
cool.
right, so roughly give me the leaderboard on Saitama. Give me ballparks if you can.
I think, hold on a second here, and I will take a look at the most recent update. It looks like we are at, looks like we were at roughly 141,000 for the leader. Coming in second is roughly about 116,000. And then what I'll say is that there's a third party, who is waiting till till the end to try to jump in, I think, and win. But I mean, it's anybody's guess as to how people play this. But certainly that's it's live up until 11:59, and then we'll close the books and announce the winner for the first giveaway. And so tonight somebody's going to walk away with a $15,000 trip to Miami for a good time and a great conference, and somebody's going to walk away with the 1 trillion Saitama prize. It's a good. I think it's a good kickoff into everything else that we're doing. So the rest of this stuff will we'll play into kind of the next rounds of things that we're doing. Like the members only tokens are going to last you forever. So they'll always put you in the running for new giveaways and different things that we're participating in, and and it'll give you priority in new mints and stuff like that. So we'll explain how all of that works in conjunction with the founders tokens and different in the different or the founders NFTs and the different tokens as well. So, but we'll get into that after all these contests are announced.
All right. So next thing I've got on the agenda is the Art in Motion project. I spoke to our partners on that today. We're actually going to be doing some of the modeling here pretty shortly for those kind of classic one-of-a-kind supercars. Well, some of them are one-of-a-kind. Others are not many of a kind. And we should have that getting ready to go here shortly, including the 3D modeling, which should allow us to bring some things into our Metasphere projects, including we talked about doing the initial build of the car museum in the Metasphere. In a real way, we can pick it up, drop it off, do things, from that perspective, open the doors, check out the engine, things that you probably would never be allowed to do if you were with the car in real life. So that'll be a lot of fun, I think, going forward. And then, of course, the idea there is that will ultimately go in part to getting into the car museum and the cars in real life, and some of the utility that we've got coming out for that project is just going to be just a blast. I mean, honestly, going forward.
Yeah.
Yep. So I spoke with the Amiga Games guys as well. We should be getting over more information. So so we should be able to be doing more integrations, and as a matter of fact, there's even more games that we're adding to the list now that they've been able to secure. And as we bring that brand kind of back in and around, again, like the supercars, there's just some fun stuff that they've done in the past with NASCAR and different things, and we'll start putting that out there. And I guess the inevitable always question of like when pump, when drive, that kind of thing. All of this is part of that. So the gaming environments, the supercars, the real estate, all these projects, I think will ultimately cross promote really well. Once we get everything kind of humming here, which brings up the next thing. Unless you want to jump in.
You'll also see some new technology in that front. We have we've got some new raffle technology. We've got some NFT box opening technology that will be out there that we can do some more exciting giveaways and stuff. And I think Amiga and the gaming side of things, in-game NFTs and so forth are going to play a big part in the promotional side. But to that front, we started some of the promotional emails and so forth, and we're starting to refine the lists. That we should see new members and some activity on that front as we bring in. We kind of move away from just the founders, groups, and open these things up to the public. So some of the broader, more general advertising has already begun, and we started with some emails and so forth to databases which we've had for a long time that are very solid. So anyway, pretty exciting stuff from that front.
All right. Next on the list, I'd say let's go through a quick update on scrap, where we are, where we're going.
Yeah. So everybody should buy scrap. That's for sure. It's the token that allows you to sever from fiat. It's your hedge to inflation, and that's a real problem. So you should put some rainy day, extra cash away inside the scrap token, because it's a true safe harbor. The physical recycling leads to the refining, which is actually, you wind up with the actual metals, that you've actually participated in that whole process, from recycling to refining to physical storage of metals. And and that's a great tool going into the environment that the world's heading into here over the next few months. We're doing the HQ Express project, so we're dealing with real-time supply chain issues, and I can tell you it's really, really strange. We're in one of the most heavily populated areas in the world, in the Northeast. I think, like, as far as industrialization and population go.
Yeah, outside Asia.
Yeah, it's you'd think you can get anything that you want, and I'm here to tell you, you just can't. We're waiting for things that otherwise would have been at your fingertips. Just walk down and pick it up at the supply shop, and instead they're 4 months out. For electrical products and things like that. So crazy what the supply chain issues are, but it just goes to show you, you got to prepare, and you should make part of that prep. Having a chunk of this scrap token. The beauty of it is, it's also going to be able to be used for anything else that you want, because as we did the math on everything, yes, you can dollar for dollar convert into either gold, silver, or palladium, and other refined products, at spot. So that's a beautiful function, but there's really no reason why you can't use it for everything else. So you're going to see scrap be spendable across our environment, and on other things as well. So pretty, and by the way, that is a token that's fast tracked. So you're not going to see it sit around through the normal phases. As a matter of fact, I think at the end of this contest tonight, that'll be the end of the discounts for scrap, because we're gonna take that right out to the public, and really start to promote it on other exchanges and so forth as well. It's mainly because it's going to help people, as well. So
can I ask a clarifying question? Because we're going to have the white paper and landing page and all that done on Monday. Are we going to do that through the weekend, or we're going to pull it tonight?
I don't know. What do you think we should do? I wanted to be done with it tonight, but when does a white paper done?
If we're going to start pushing, I think we need to have those things up, as the tool. So, what do you think, everybody? Should we wait till the end of the weekend? Monday, I think.
All right. Well, if you think,
just try to. I'm just everybody down here, so I think probably do it at the same time we're going to launch the sites. That way, we've got something that we're talking about kind of.
Okay, well, so then we'll keep that running until the site launches on Monday. Then call it like Monday evening at 11:59. Then we'll start the full push for scrap, because again, the reality there is this is an absolute no brainer. It's this isn't speculative from the usual kind of meme coin perspective. So, from our perspective, it makes a ton of sense, because our club, what we're able to do as we process that, of course, there's margin built into the recycling activity, and so we're actually able to stock up on metal too, and that's the whole point. So that's why we're so aggressive with it, because I think that the timing is right now. I don't think we have. It's one of those things, like a year ago we talked about maybe this was an issue. Now we know, and we're looking at it. So there's really no reason to even think about it relative to dollars. Just think about it relative to the metal, because what's that metal worth? Oh well, does it convert to? I don't care what it converts to, from a fiat perspective, because that coming in the future, you're going to want to be able to pull silver out of your pocket, and use it. So anyway, I don't want to be doom and gloom, but it's an important part of what's happening. It's an important part of our game plan moving forward. So
Yeah, especially if the sentiment of boycott countries that are attacking smaller countries continues. If we decide that everybody's going to boycott China if they attack Taiwan, then we're going to be in for an interesting bit of time. Anyway, USHX, I'm going to ask everybody to do what they do. I just threw the new landing page there into the chat. So if people could take a look at that landing page and go through the white paper, go find all those missing C's and Z's and E's and S's and all that stuff, guys. I really do appreciate that. I mean, it helps us a great deal. And, those little things, I think you just go blind when you look at the same piece of paper or the same sentence 100 times. You just don't see it. So take a look at that. But that, and Alfonso, correct me if I'm wrong, is probably going to be the next one behind scrap to start getting pushed, correct?
yeah, absolutely. And again, another great safe harbor is real estate, as you move forward. And we're going to have some new exciting ways for you to win in those contests, but also for you to participate in, real estate transactions. So, real estate's a winner in this environment as well. Anyway, so I bet the next one.
So, Kian, that's a great question. Are we going to continue to post updates as people jockey for position through the evening up until 11:59?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah,
Only.
Yep, we definitely will.
Can somebody put? All right, MK, you on that? All right, AWRT. I know that there's a lot of things going on, even with the Metaverse project. Hopefully, everybody got a chance to see that. And Tim, just to give a little bit of a breadcrumb and a spoiler, we are going to start a contest here, probably also on Monday to coincide with the scrap launch. That is going to be an incentive to be driving people to the Discord channel. So, certainly do it now if you'd like, but we're going to have a contest as well for that. Because I think it's time that we start to grow, the Discord channel and then all of our other socials, at the same time. So, all right. So on AWRT, beyond the metaverse, hopefully everybody get a chance to see what we're doing there and understands that the game side is just the beginning of a real business use case that is important to not just us as a club, but I think for a lot of things that are happening around the world, being more and more decentralized and having places to be able to get to, I think is important. And then by way of not to diminish games, because of course, we're looking at AWRT to be the in-app currency for the Amiga games rollout that we're doing and the things that we're doing in the metaverse, including, some of the stuff that we're going to be doing with the car museum, etc.
Did you ever find out whether or not the monoverse works for meeting, with avatars inside the clubhouse?
So I have been a little bit more patient than I might normally be uh, with our developer because he had to flee the Ukraine last week. So, but his wife's family's still there, so I will get an answer on that here shortly. Although our liaison there is saying, well, he's fine, he's settled in. So,
Good.
but
Hopefully everybody's okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, awesome. So, the other thing about AWRT, of course, we have the tech rate audit is done and that's up, and the next step is, I think, CoinGecko, and and then the other stuff simultaneously with the Mirex. So that's the next big push. So we are still waiting for the wallets to open up. I don't know what the glitch is there, but hopefully that happens. It's not a prerequisite for a Mirex. It just helps us in our overall reputation scores for Etherscan and so forth. So I think it puts us at that kind of 1,000 mark. But there's a bunch of other outside work that we're about to do from a marketing perspective on AWRT as well. Like Bo mentioned, it's work and utility in-app and in-game is important. And we've got a couple new services coming out that will be AWRT spends. So in order to use them, you got to buy AWRT or have it, and those will be pegged, to price points, and and start to drive some value as well. So all that'll be marketed, way outside the club as well. So it should be something that. That I think you'll get to see some results on here over the next few days. So we're pretty excited about the way things are shaping up for AWRT for sure.
All right. The reflections, let's just confirm those are going to get paid in arrears when all that gets taken care of, correct?
Yeah, we've got a lot of settling up to do. We've got reflections to pay out. We've got bounties to pay out. People have found all kinds of glitches for us on, reviewing these websites and all this. So all that's coming. I think once we're done with these couple contests and we get started and we wrap up, kind of the initial push with scrap on, Monday, Tuesday, and then look for all that stuff, sometime Wednesday to the end of the week. Then we'll, that'll consider that, when we're going to be settling up from that stuff.
Okay, so I guess at one point there was talk of how the reflections would get either. I don't have any more. I don't have any more color on that, but and there was going to be a drop-down menu that people could decide.
We'll do a full explanation on a blog post, like a formal release on the website for that on the news section here, or what do they call it, announcements or whatever. We'll put it on there.
Yeah, well, I know that there's a lot going on in the Discord, and things are moving around a lot, and but the idea there is that we're preparing to for big growth here. So we want to make sure that everything is working and looks right, and kind of walks people through the process of the club, because we do have a little bit of a different look and feel than a lot of these things that are just, hey, I've got one NFT project, that I've just got 10,000 versions of the same thing with a slightly different background. This isn't that, so just huge thank you to everybody who's helping us out and getting all those things together. It really is, kind of helping make our lives run a lot easier. Okay, funding OTC.
Yep. Funding OTC is, again, our highest paying token for staking. So if you're looking for monthly income, that's what you want to own and stake. So from that perspective, that's like Bo had mentioned, this club isn't just one token, and that's because we're venture cap, right? So we've got movies we've got, that we've funded post-production for. We've got NFTs where we're supporting artists, and we've got projects that we're funding, businesses that are time to market. So when we find those time to market businesses, the way that it works is we actually start with bridge capital into the projects that are tied to payouts and returns, like traditional contracts would be for VC, and then we get into the tokenization and the use cases for those build outs, for companies that like, for example, HQ Express, right? As they build out the buildings, the space can be commoditized, and those particular tokens lend themselves to to being available for space rental, or using within the HQ Express environment. However, we also advance money for the build out of the project, the rehab of the building, and all these things are tied to investment contracts. Eventually, those contracts, in our vision, those contracts can also be NFT'd, and people can participate in them, directly as well, as we find things in the future. But the real use case for FOTC itself is, in that kind of high risk venture cap space where we're, taking advantage of the bridges, and the high returns, on those, convertible debentures and things of that nature. So when things are public, or when things have exit strategies built in other than the tokenization or NFTs or the crypto world, that's where the capital comes to be able to pay. For example, that pays out USDT on a monthly basis. It doesn't pay out in like kind for staking. So you stake FOTC, but you get paid in USDT, and that's how we're able to do that. But ultimately, FOTC is the high risk kind of, if you if you're looking for true risk capital opportunities, that's FOTC, and that's moving forward too, and it's eventually spinning out on its own. There's a ton of work that FOTC can get involved in from a balance sheet perspective, growth perspective, building NFTs that are built around the contracts that we use, routinely. That convertible debentures and things like that could lend themselves, to NFT structures, even stuff with USHX, and bridging into new projects and being a participant inside the USHX, environment. We envision all of that. So lots to do, lots
So
to do.
KG, that's a good question. What's the return FTC in the deckhand staking? It's 5% like others, or is it higher because it's FOTC?
I think it's tiered. You can take a look at it there, but do you have it listed? Tiered. I think like deckhand is lower than captain, but
that definitely is the case.
Yeah. So it's tiered, but we'll post it up for you. And sometimes these things, we may have special opportunities, and and so forth for people with that type of risk tolerance that we'll post up as well. So you'll see all that, as we grow. But FOTC itself as a token, I think, has a really, really bright future, spinning out on its own as well, because it's true VC, true risk, capital. So pretty, it's kind of like the antithesis of the scrap token. So on one hand, you've got something that's going to be stable, tied to, the use and value of, depending on how you want to value, the precious metals. Like I said, I mean, I don't even concern myself with fiat when I think about scrap. But at the same time, no matter how you look at that, it's more stable and safe. Whereas with FOTC, we're taking risks. I mean, it might be opportunities where, for example, where we have, we have an incubating tenant inside of HQ Express that needs to have some type of an instrument that allows them to build a robot to deploy in a manufacturing facility, but they don't have their contract yet. And but it's a chicken and the egg. They need one thing before they can get the other. And, we may provide those bridges, and we may provide things like receivable finance or something to be able to provide that, something into the contract. But so you could see it's a little riskier, from that perspective. It's not as simple as, hey, we've bought 10,000 pounds of this whole material to be recycled. Once it's broken down, it's delivered to refining, and by the time it's done with refining, we're done with a 90 to 180-day process, and we get metal at the end. It's a little different than that. That's quantifiable from out of the gate. We know exactly what we're buying, whereas on the other side, it's a little more it's a little more complex. So and a little riskier, but that's why it has a higher reward.
Yeah. So on FOTC, the return is in USDT also.
Yeah, the reward, let's say reward, right, is in USDT. Yeah. Because again, these aren't securities. These are utility tokens inside of that environment. So it's not an investment. It's a.
But that is unique to FOTC. The other ones will be in the tokens that you staked.
Yep, correct.
Yeah. All right. So anticipated updates for the exchange. Do you want to jump on that?
Yeah. So as far as that goes, we're working on it. We've got some additional developers, that are helping out with a couple of glitches. So I would expect that they're
working on it. That's what we expect. We expect to have an answer, by sometime next week. We'll have an answer as to what the timeline is.
Yeah, exactly. So,
yeah. All right. Well, now we get to the fun stuff. So, MK, I don't know. Do you have an opportunity to share screen, or is that you do? Wow. Let's see. How's this going to work?
Hold on.
And if everybody has their well, I guess it's not going to matter. It's just their first and last name.
Gotta go with initials, yeah. Oh wow,
Let's see. Can I pull up final countdown?
Can you see?
I can't see it. No. Can anybody else see it?
I see something that says watch stream at the top here.
Waiting for it to connect.
Okay.
All right. Well, hold on. Oh, whoa.
Well, I clicked watch stream, and it's a couple of squares dancing around. Don't say it, Bo.
I don't know why.
All right. Well, let's give it another 30 seconds then.
Oh, I've got an idea. Can I have 2 more minutes? Can I have 1 more?
2 more minutes. All right. We're going to riff for 2 minutes while we figure out this other thing. So I'm sure there's something in there I forgot. Somebody get me with something else. What else could there be?
Well, there's plenty of stuff. So I can tell you the next reward as far as owning EWB goes. Everybody who's holding that, one should be staking it. That's the first thing, because then of course you get more per month. And we're not making any more of it. So, and that includes even big purchases. And we've got some people stepping in, here over the next, they're waiting for some exchange things to happen from our developers, but, stepping in over the next, call it couple of weeks, to make some big purchases and really participate with us, on a formal level. So, pretty exciting. But what that means is, again, there'll be less of it available. And, as we eat through some of the early sellers, I think it's a good thing that things are low because you can jump in there and participate. The next thing that comes out will be the HQ Express and the Velocity tokens, and you should see some of the videos that we have for some of the Velocity vehicles. And of course, Velocity is going to participate in the Art in Motion project as well. So we'll be participating in the museum and doing different things, from a co-branding perspective with the Bizzarini and some of those builds, because some of those cars are awesome. So to not have it involved with Velocity doesn't make any sense. So.
Well, no, and again, I mean, probably the most Italian story of all time is the fight between Enzo there, and the guy took the model car and buried it in a cliff in Italy. Like that's going to be a really fun documentary and project when all that comes out, and I think it's hilarious. But wait, switching gears here for a second, how often did deckhand staking like kind payouts hit our wallets? Is that monthly?
Yeah, it'll be monthly. Yep.
And will Scrap go through the process, audits, Uniswap, and such?
Yep. I don't know about Uniswap. So we'll play with that, but it may go. Remember we were going to go directly to Mirex first, and then eventually go to the decentralized exchanges. But we'll so it may be in reverse order, but we'll play with that a little bit. But it's definitely on that same trajectory, roughly.
Wonderful.
But what I was saying about AWB is hold on to your AWB, because now we're about to do a new reward, and that's going to be happening. As you can tell, we said now come Monday, Scrap's we're not even going to Onward and Upward. We're just going straight to retail, because we don't have time, right? We can't spend another 30 days without marketing it to the general public, just because we really want to take down as much gold, silver, and palladium as possible, as quickly as possible. So that's our motivation, on that front. So that's why we're going to be marketing that out of the gate, really strong.
All right, are we getting close?
Have 5 people watching.
All right, let's see. Can everybody jump on? Can we all see the? They just click. If you look, if they just click on you. So go to the top of the AMA voice and click on MK Ultra, which is hilarious, and watch stream.
I see squares.
I see dancing squares myself.
Yeah, it's network quality issue.
I can record it and post it.
Yeah, let's screen record it and do it that way, because of course now I don't know how to get out of here without kicking everybody.
Okay, I apologize. All right, so here I'm going to do it.
All right, we're going to screen record it.
I'm recording it. I'm hitting spin.
Well, don't tell anybody what it is, right? We want to put the video up and make people watch it, or no?
Yes, we do.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Everybody just left.
All right.
All right. Initials JL.
I thought you were going to make us watch the video.
Oh. Well,
yeah,
I just walked
you
around.
Just ruined it, dude.
Disregard.
I don't even.
Oh,
here in my. Here we go. Separate screens. Guys, we're trying. All right. Let's see.
All right. So you didn't hear that from me, Tim. I don't know who said that. Who announced the letters, but
that's brutal, man. This is terrible. All right. I'll watch the video anyway, because I'm interested to see how it went down.
Well, I don't see anybody jumping up and down, so maybe they're not on the.
No, they're. I think they're there. but nonetheless. So, okay, but this part of the reason why we use the secret letters for anonymity.
Yeah, there was. I mean, there was a big discussion as to like whether or not outing people on a crypto call was a bad idea, like publicly doxing people.
Oh, here
Well, do we have the video?
I'm trying to find it.
So
if I can put the screenshot.
it's a soft no. Okay, so I guess, do you want to go into, while we're waiting on the video, do we want to get into the Discord contest that's going to come off next week?
Sure, you can talk a little bit about it, and maybe a little bit about what we're trying to do from a perspective of, your concept of just having people add, I guess, members to the Discord and that type of thing, right?
Yeah, no. Well, that's the contest, right? So, as we're trying to grow, different things here, I think what we do is, these numbers always get janky to me because they're always off too many decimal points. But okay, so the contest is going to be for 10 billion Saitama. Instead of doing it in a long 5-6 week chunk, we're going to do, the person's got to follow on Twitter, like a tweet, share the Discord, join the Discord, obviously, and share it. And the first 100 people that do that will earn the 10 billion Saitama. And then the people who are pushing that, we're going to come up with a reward over the next 24 hours to incentivize people to go and incentivize people to do that.
Yeah, so it's not really like a contest. It's like the first 100 that do that each get 10 billion Saitama.
Correct. Yeah, because before, when we were doing the other, the feedback was, well, gosh, that could be a lot of work, and I don't know, that's necessarily. So this is, shouldn't be more than a few seconds of clicking, and you can earn 10 billion Saitama. And if they shave a zero, great. That's a great day.
We'll also have some ways for you to win, native tokens as well, just not AWB, but I don't think, or scrap. I don't think.
Yeah, but neither one of those. I mean, scrap.
We'll have
tied back. So.
Yeah, but we'll have a bunch of neat opportunities to win. Some other native tokens and some of the project tokens as well as we move forward. It's not that we're only ever going to be giving away Saitama. It's just we have a lot of it.
I don't know. Is that a video?
I just found it.
All right. Okay, so can we clarify the staking in-kind tokens? Do the kind tokens remain staked, or do they go into our wallets?
That's a good question. Why don't we, and everybody is going to want to know the answer to that. So why don't we do an entire one pager on staking and what each of the, what staking each one of the deckhand, the captain, and so forth does with each different token when those things accrue and pay in or pay out. I do think that it. I guess the question is it compounding? Is that the question? Is it compounding on a monthly basis?
I think the question is, does the like kind token just go directly to you, or are you waiting till the end? James, could you clarify on that? Is it a compound question, or does it just pop out at the end, or what's the?
Yeah, no, it accrues in the account and then comes out at the end, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So
weight that then. That's far more than the original face value.
Correct. Yeah. So that's why it's a great thing to do. That's why it makes sense to stake and so forth. Oh, hey, I see this video.
Let's see.
All right, let's take a look here at how this worked.
Yeah, I was going to say it might be a. All right. Well, ta-da. All right. So whoever that is, you're coming to Miami. Congratulations. That's it's going to be a good time.
But wait, how? Why is it a different name? Why is it different? Which is it?
It wasn't.
What do you guys have on there?
I've got it spinning. JL.
Oh, I see. You know what's happening? It just Oh, I see it at the end. Mine paused midway through and kept stopping on people's names.
Oh God,
I
no.
see it at the end. Yeah, I see it at the end. Awesome. All right. Well, great job, guys. That was really smooth and
Well,
glitch free.
at least it wasn't tomorrow.
Yeah. That. All right. Okay. With that, congratulations to JL. We'll shoot you an email, and then we gotta find out how far you are from Miami and what the best way to fly there is. It's probably going to wind up just being in first class, depending on where you're at. But we'll get you there in style, and it's going to be almost 1,000 square foot hotel, and of course the tickets are phenomenal too. I think each one of those tickets is worth $2,000. Then there's the NFT and of course the free coffee bar, which is
there you go. And if baseball doesn't go on strike and basically put that entire franchise out of business, then you also get tickets to the game too. And
I thought they already did. I thought they said they were delaying opening day, didn't they? Or
if you remember when they did this the last time, it was like a whole bunch of Keanu Reeves movies came out, and then there was like they played the minor league guys played anyhow. So there may still be some of that. But anyway,
okay,
it's Friday night. We're gonna let everybody go. You don't want to listen to us ramble on about that.
Yeah, unless you want to, we can stay on and talk about it. All right,
everybody. Have a good one.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Circle back around midnight because that's when we're going to announce the winner of the Saitama Trillion. So,
and we're going to be announcing that as people jockey for position, correct?
Yeah, correct. We're not going, and we won't jump on. I don't think another AMA voice. We'll just post it up on the various on Discord and probably hit Discord first and the announcements, and then probably the blog or something.
All right. Okay, everybody. Well, good evening. Have a great weekend, and we'll be announcing all this stuff as it goes down.
Yeah. Good luck tonight.
All information presented on this AMA, technical or otherwise, is subject to change with or without notice at any time. The information is meant to outline general plans and answer questions being asked in real time. As such, the information should not be relied on as the basis for token purchases.